capabilities.
Yeah, knowing your capabilities, learning what you're capable of is really good. That's probably the biggest thing. Knowing what you're capable of. Until you do something that pushes your mind and your body to the mental and physical exhaustion, that is when you start to push yourself to the limit. Your body starts to push itself to the limit.
And you find yourself.
And that's when you
really
know where you can really go. But Donald, he had a question for you too. Okay, hold up. So, we accidentally took one of CJ's comments off, but
crap.
He says, what's the most important aspect, training, natural talent, etc. of a good fighter? What's the best aspect of a good fighter?
Okay, the best aspect of a good fighter is showing up. I mean, that's the best aspect of a fighter. Second is putting in. Now listen, you can show up, and that's the best part. You're there. I mean, because you've already done 90% better than what most people do.
Oh, no, you've already done 100% better. If you show up and then there's people laying on the couch, you've already outdone those people.
Now, second answer to that would be, what you put in while you're there. It's according on what your mission is while you're there. Is it healthy physical fitness? Is it do you want to fight? Competitively? Do you want to grapple? I mean, whatever it is that you want to do. Now, I will say this, that if you are going to be a competitor against other athletes, then you must put in the work. That's 100%. You got to put that work in. I mean, even to put on a good show, and you got to put in the work in, and there's still no guarantee that you're going to win. I mean, you got to have a good strong frame of mind. You got to have good healthy appetite for punishment, and I mean, that's just the way it is. You got to be tough.
I get beat up all the time.
So that is definitely the. I mean, I hope that answers that question. As far as what it is, to be a good athlete. You got to show up and you got to put in the work.
So Austin.
That's number one.
Austin.
And you can be anybody. You can be you can start out as a 14-year-old little chubby video gamer.
I wasn't 14, but I think I was like 10. But
I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you start out and you put the work in, then you're going to get to where you want to go. I mean, that's life.
Austin says, "Did you ever expect Viper Pit to get this big?"
Well, Austin, to be honest with you, I mean,
Viper Pit isn't that big.
We try to stay pretty humble in that aspect. I know that a lot of people out there, they think, they may think that Viper Pit's something huge or something, but it's not. It's a small, tight-knit group of guys and girls, and women, and we all train and we work hard. There's just, now will it be something huge one day? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll hit like the big scene and we'll just take everybody by storm. I mean, who knows? But as of right now, I mean, we're still working on the local scene. We're just now venturing out, outside the state and fighting outside the state. So yeah, we're in the growing process. But you got to look. We've only been competing for 2 years. We started 2 years ago competing. So, I mean, we've accomplished a lot, I believe, in 2 years, especially for a team down this way.
God bless you, Brent. Get to work, do whatever you're doing, but love you.
Yes,
Get back in the gym soon, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Brent, for your comments. And join us again, Brent. Brent, when we first started, he used to come down and work out with us and stuff like that. He's a brute. Brent's pretty solid himself, I mean, that's one, I'd like to see get back in here and, and start working out and maybe even, help with the team, I mean.
Jacob says we're the biggest gym in the world.
And Jacob thinks that we're the biggest gym in the world.
No, I think he just has the biggest head in the world. Heard that.
True.
He's just kidding.
Okay, anyway. Let's go on back to, now that we don't have any questions on the screen or we don't have no calls, let's go ahead and go back to the Hard Rock. Now we have Nate Bird. I don't know if he's joined in and listening, but, he got himself a win last night.
Good on you, Mike.
Good job. I'm proud of you. Way to put that work in. I seen somewhere he commented on one of Brandon's posts, said that he felt sluggish because I think he was at 170 pounds when he fought. Said he's going to try to do the 155. Let's see, he'll be fighting December the 3rd. He'll be fighting a guy from East West. I can't remember his name right off, but he'll be fighting the boy from East West. So that's gonna be a good fight. Mitchell Rose.
Mitchell Rose, yeah. And,
yes, we know Mitchell Rose. Mitchell Rose is a fantastic grappler.
And who else?
Who's
Mitchell fighting?
He's gonna be fighting Nate.
No.
Yeah.
Some other dude.
No, I think he fights Nate December the 3rd.
No,
I'm almost positive.
No, he fights. God, who is it?
I'm telling you.
I promise it ain't. Yeah, show you.
All right, you gotta look. Look
Yeah,
it
I'll
up.
check it
Well,
out.
anyway, let him look it up. But I'm pretty sure. Maybe if I'm wrong, let me know. I mean,
what do we know?
I mean,
that's our slogan. What do we know?
Yeah, what do we know? I mean, we don't know anything. Ozzy. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Ozzy that he's fighting.
No, it's Mitchell. Oh, he might be fighting.
Yeah,
Ozzy.
Ozzy's fighting.
But Mitchell is fighting.
Actually, Stone's actually grappled Ozzy before to a draw in Hazard. So, I mean, if that tells you about Ozzy's ground game, I mean, so
he's a fantastic wrestler. I thought he was just like 17 when I grappled him, but no, he ended up being like 20 something. I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, he's a really good wrestler. He's won a couple Nagas, and he threw down in Corbin the other night.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you was there when Kim fought Brandon Kaiser.
Oh.
He threw down.
Yeah.
Ozzy did.
It was Mitchell, the one that finished in the first round.
Yeah,
though, right?
Mitchell finished.
Yeah, I remember
Ozzy
that one.
threw down, man. That was a good
Ozzy
fight.
went for what? He went for the whole 3 rounds, didn't he?
I cannot remember.
I think he went for the whole 3 rounds. I'm pretty sure.
Mitchell.
But I mean, Mitchell. I mean, he finished quick. You know, I do remember that part about it. I mean, he's going to be fantastic at this. So CJ confirms that it is Ozzy Sizemore that will be fighting Nate Bird December the 3rd. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I had him and Mitchell.
That should be a good fight.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that fight. I want to see it. I think that that Nate really has to get.
Who are they fighting for? Hard Rock?
No, they're fighting for Warrior. They're fighting for Warrior.
Where did I see that?
I mean, it's my personal opinion that Nate needs to get his ground game really solid for this one. I'm sure he's working on that right now. Ozzy's ground game's already, pretty solid. So, I mean, who knows what Ozzy will be training, as far as his game plan. Eric says, what is the next for Dustin after his pro debut in Bellator? That's a good question. Okay, and I'm going to say it like this. As far as his coach, I'm leaving that up to him. When Dustin, gets back, he starts putting in work and he tells me that he's ready, to go and fight again, then we'll let everybody know when he's. But I'm sure that he'll make another pro fight somewhere, possibly Indiana. We're looking at that venue up there. But until Dustin kind of lets me know what his plans are, I really don't have an answer for that because, like I said,
the video.
I'm just gonna let him decide that. Now moving back to Hard Rock 85. Okay, here I got there were some good fights on that Hard Rock 85, but as always, I guess with any show, there were some really one-sided fights. I watched 2 girls go at it on a live feed, and God love her heart, one of those girls looked like she had no clue on what a fight was even about, much less what a MMA fight was about. She got in there, and I literally think she was pulling hair, trying to control. Trying to control this woman. I mean, she was like actually pulling her and everything. And she threw a kick, and I mean, it was just, it's just terrible, and it's very one-sided. I don't know who her coach was, or who had her in there, but she was definitely not prepared to fight. That was one that I just wanted to mention. And then there was another fight on the Hard Rock 85 show that I just got done watching before we started this little podcast, or what you want to call this thing here. I don't even know what you call these things. But There was another fight that went the whole 3 rounds, and it was a knockdown, drag-out brawl. I mean, it was just a fantastic fight. I don't remember the 2 guys' names, but if you want to search that and watch the Hard Rock fight, they got a really good fight on there between those 2 guys. One of them was from the Lexington gym, I believe. I'm not sure. Raymond was doing the live feed, so I couldn't really hear where everybody was from or what their names was. So if you want to pop up there, Raymond, and give us let us know what's going on.
Somebody tell me who Mitchell Rose is fighting next. I can't remember.
Who is Mitchell Rose fighting next? Does anybody know out there?
No idea who it is.
But yeah, as far as Dustin's concerned, we're waiting on Dustin. You know, as CJ said, that that was a good question.
So
it was. You know, we're waiting on Dustin. You know, to get back to the gym, start grinding. You know, and let us know exactly what his future plans are. I mean, because I don't know unless he lets me know, and we'll prepare him for whatever. But back to Hard Rock 85. I guess it was the main event.
Brian Kerr and
Braden Ward. Brian Kerr and Braden Ward. Now, me and Stone, we sat and we watched that fight. That's a pretty good fight. I mean, it went backwards and forth for a little bit.
A few low blows.
I seen that, from a distance, I couldn't tell if they were actual low blows, but I mean, Brian dropped, a couple of times, complaining of a low blow. I know that it looked like cardio had become an issue.
Jeremy Philpott. That's it. Thank you, Gary Thomas.
Jeremy Philpott. We talked about that last night.
We talked about it last night.
So we're looking forward to that. Mitchell Rose and Jeremy Philpott. Man, that is going to be a good match. I'm excited about that one. We may make a trip down there just to watch all these. I mean, them's going to be some good fights. But back on Brian Kerr, he ended up taking a loss. What was it, to rear naked choke?
Who? Brian Kerr? Yes.
Yeah.
Rear naked choke, and I think second or third round, I couldn't tell. We got there late.
But I think, honestly, like I said, this is cold hard truth. I think it was a cardio issue. I was watching the fight.
A little bit tired. The guy pushed the pace a little bit.
I think the exhaustion really set in. I don't think that it was much more than that. It was just maybe a cardio issue. Maybe it was a testicle issue.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean,
maybe
you can only get kicked in the testicle so many times.
Rear naked choke round 2. Yeah. It was round 2. The video lasted almost 20 minutes.
Oh my God, yes, because of
check this out. Okay, so if you take 2 rounds, not even the whole 2 rounds, so the first round was 5. Okay, so it's probably 5-minute rounds.
Right.
First 5 minutes, and we was in the first round. Well, when I got to the video, he had already been kicked. I guess it's a second time.
It seemed like it was a 20-minute video.
It was a 20-minute video. Not even 10 minutes. It was like
8 minutes.
Maybe not even that, for like 7 minutes.
Well, I mean, it was a long, drawn-out thing, but I think that cardio became an issue.
Yeah, cardio was definitely an issue.
Because I was watching the way that everyone was throwing, and I mean, even though they was, still, trying to throw, there wasn't a whole lot of, technique behind it. Yeah. Right at the end, it looked like just desperation. So that was my point from watching the fight. I mean, like I said, but what do we know? I mean, we don't know anything.
But what do we know?
But now let's. We're gonna move on. Oh yes. Now CJ wanted us to mention about this rough and rowdy brawl is what they call it in West Virginia.
They have it like yearly or something.
They don't allow pro fighters in this thing, but however, amateur MMA fighters can't touch it without having to have turned to pro status.
Yeah.
Now I think that that's crazy myself.
Well, if you win and if you accept the money.
No. They said that if you
fight
there, that you are automatically considered pro status. And I think that that's crazy. And here's why. One is it's not an MMA fight.
Yeah.
2, you're wearing headgear. These guys are wearing headgear and shin guards and everything in the world. I mean, they're totally protected. It's it's actually less dangerous than a amateur MMA fight. So why not let these amateur MMA guys go down there and kick some hind end? I mean, let them win them some money, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my point of view. I mean, come on. I mean, it's not...
if it wasn't okay, so I'm 17. I couldn't do it anyway because I'm not 18 yet. But I'm just saying, if I was 18 right now and I didn't think it would harm my amateur career, I would go down there and beat up a bunch of bikers, street fighters, bouncers, and all, just to win some money.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and I think that pro fighters should be able, they should have a pro level at that rough and rowdy. I think that pro fighters should go down there and be able to go at it at a professional level.
MMA and boxing is the same. It's all done by the same commission, but this is sanctioned by West Virginia's athletic commission, though.
And it's kickboxing too.
And it's just a kickboxing fight. I mean, really.
It's just like a off the street kickboxing fight.
But it's sanctioned. It's sanctioned. It's nothing bad.
Yeah,
and they just want random guys to go do it. And
to
be honest, I could probably win it.
Okay,
140 to 159.
For a good example,
it's only 1 minute rounds.
We went to West Kentucky, and we done a kickboxing competition with Rodney Finn and his group. And it's basically this rough and rowdy from what I'm gathering.
Yeah,
1 minute rounds, Brandon. I'm with you on that. 1 minute rounds. I mean, you talking about being able to really throw down. I mean,
I could throw down with 16-ounce boxing gloves.
You could go out there for 1 minute and just give them down the road, just flurry after flurry after flurry, and not have to worry about tiring out because you're only fighting for 3 minutes altogether. I mean, you could just really go out there and hammer down. I mean, that'd be fantastic to do that. That'd be great.
And I think it's like $10,000 for the.
No, 1,000.
1,000, but it said something about 10,000. I don't know. They're probably just giving away $10,000. But I could go down there and win $1,000. It ain't no biggie.
I mean, it'd be nice to let these guys go down there and win something like that. But like I was saying, in Western Kentucky, we went down to a kickboxing competition, sanctioned by whatever kickboxing organization is Rodney Finn's people down there. But we went down there and we done that, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, for real.
It was the same thing as what the rough and rowdy brawl is going to be. Except of course, you don't get paid, and I guess that's the whole issue. Do not pay these guys or they're professional. I mean, come on, man. There's got to be some way, these guys can make themselves some money, without having to.
I think that's a little too far.
Yeah, because you can't turn a MMA guy pro if they're not ready for pro MMA just because they go down to a kickboxing contest.
And win some money.
Now, if you want to turn them into a professional kickboxer, then go ahead. Turn them into a professional kickboxer.
Well, see, that's the thing. If you go pro in boxing, you have to go pro in MMA.
See, I don't agree with that either. I don't think a pro boxer belongs in even amateur MMA. He's not going to have a chance.
Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor.
I mean,
he's a pro boxer, really good boxer, great boxer. Definitely not ready for MMA. Conor McGregor, great MMA fighter. Definitely not ready for boxing. I mean, it's just two different things.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, I think it should be separated.
Yeah.
I mean, because a pro boxer is going to get killed in MMA.
And a
pro MMA guy is probably going to get killed in boxing. I mean, that's just the way that it goes.
Well, Austin asked me how...
I agree. You can't be expected to lose your amateur status, as an MMA fighter for that, because that's not an MMA fight. I think
it's not even sanctioned by the same commission.
I don't even think that as far as that, the only way you should be even turned pro in mixed martial arts is if you deserve as a mixed martial artist to turn pro. And the only way you should be a professional boxer is if you deserve professional status as a boxer. You went to boxing. That's something that needs to be changed right there. That's kind of crazy to me because these are different sports. Okay, good example. If I was a professional basketball player, does that make me a professional football player? No.
Because they're two different things, and it used to be separated. Pro boxers often fought MMA and normally didn't do great. Exactly, because they're two separate things. You're not going to do good in one thing like you're going to in another. It's just they're
gonna have an advantage over an amateur MMA fighter that's never done anything before. Of course, but you take a guy from a good mixed martial arts gym that's got just a tiny bit of stand up and a great ground game. That guy is